All right. Good evening, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. Tonight, we're going to be talking about essential oils for athletic performance for athletes to use. And we're going to get quick to it, straight to the point. My name is Bethany Shipley. If I don't know you, it's nice to meet you. And I am not an athlete. Sadly, sadly, because I would really like to have the physique of an athlete right about now. But I actually just had a baby 6 weeks ago. So no, but I played volleyball at a very small college in the middle of Kansas. I played basketball and volleyball through high school, but more of my experience has come from using essential oils for the last 7 years, and specifically using them with my husband, who was a competitive CrossFitter a year ago, and is just really a really gifted CrossFitter. But anyway, within his community, helping people in their community use essential oils, and then using essential oils with all sorts of athletes since then. My husband worked at a gym that was specific focus on athletic performance. And so doing some work with athletes there, anything from high school to college to all sorts of things. So anyway, we are not going to dive into any specific like sport or anything like that tonight. I'm going to be more talking about a general, but it will be applicable to whatever sport that you're in. So I'm so excited. This is going to be a good time. So let's first talk about what essential oils are. So essential oils are volatile liquid that comes from any aromatic plant. So when you think about a peppermint plant, or you think about the peppermint plant, it has to grow through obviously soil, and inside that peppermint plant there is a volatile liquid that makes it smell like peppermint. And in that essential oil, that essential oil is called essential oil because it is essential for the plant to be able to fight against the millions of microbes and all the earthworms and all the crazy stuff that has to happen in the soil. And the essential oil in the plant is what gives the plant its fighting power. So what we found is when we extract that volatile liquid from the plant matter, from the fibrous part of the plant in a really delicate way, without using any synthetic chemicals, without using too high of heat, we're able to maintain the miracle of that oil, that essential oil, and use it on the human body in ways that's actually insane. So when I first started using oils, I was not using it for athletic performance. I was using it to regulate my hormones. I was using them to help my baby sleep. I was using them to help my hair look good. And it wasn't until my husband was at a CrossFit competition. And at that point, he had kind of thought, you know what? He's like, it's cool if you do this oil thing. It sounds great for you, like cute, but no, not really for me. Like he was always very hesitant, and he wanted me to know that no matter what, we had to eat right and work out, right? And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Well, he was at this CrossFit competition, and it was end of September, headed into October in Kansas City. And if you know anything about Kansas City, you know during that time of year, the allergens are high. People's respiratories are, systems are getting a little bit overloaded. And the craziest thing is that everyone gets sick around that time. So his entire team, I mean, they were dropping like flies. I would notice one of them started to do, poorly in a workout. Their lungs were getting suppressed, and everyone was just starting to get this cold, this cold feeling, like you could hear it happening. So I have this little machine, and this little machine, it works kind of like a Fitbit. And it's not something that I recommend any of you necessarily go get. I got it back in the day when I was like, I am intrigued by this machine. You hold it, and it uses a technology similar to like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, and it measures what your body needs as far as essential oils go. And it's called an iTovi. So if you're interested, you can go look it up. Of course, there are people who say it doesn't work. All I'm saying is that it works for me, because when I use it, I'm like always amazed that it already knows what oils I need. So I had this machine, and I said, hey, Eli, my husband, I was like, hey, do you want to try to use this machine and just see what it says? He was starting to feel a little bit of respiratory distress. And so he was like, sure enough. So he came over, he held my machine, we did a little scan or whatever, and the scanner sent the information to my phone. So my phone pulls up, and it says Raven Sarah, Well, Raven Sarah is an essential oil that is specifically designed to help. Well, I can't say it's designed because it's a single oil, so it can do a lot of things, but it's specifically used a lot of times to support the respiratory system. So, I mean, keep in mind, this is at the point where my husband's like, yeah, no, I don't think those oils work. So I told him, hey, just put 2 drops of Raven Sarah on your hand, put a little bit of coconut oil on your hand, rub it around, and then put it on your chest. Put it on the back of your neck and just see what happens. I watched him stay well, like get better and stay well through the whole weekend while the rest of his team was unable to do that. And so that was his moment. The whole entire drive home, which was 2.5 hours, he's asking me questions about oils. And I'm like so excited, you know, because I'd been all into these essential oils. That was his moment that he was a believer. And so for many of you, you probably maybe need that moment in order to think that any of this is legitimate, and that's completely fine. If that's where you're at, please know, like, hey, we've all been there. All I can say is that for me and my family, I'm like, okay, I know this is working, and I know it's amazing, and I know it can increase like the performance aspect of your life. So here we go. Let's dive into the science. So after that, I started coaching my husband on, hey, kind of what oils to use for athletic performance. And so the very first thing that I told him to start doing is take peppermint essential oil, peppermint vitality internally before any performance. And I'm going to explain to you why. So there was a study done by a total of 30 healthy male students. And this was a study done in Ardabil, Iran, and I can link this study for anyone who wants it. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this in the comments real quick so that if anyone is curious, I won't do this for all the studies just because for time's sake, but I'll figure out a way to get this information to you if you want it. So here we go. Let's get this study. And here's what this study found. They had the subjects were divided equally into 2 groups. A group that received 1 drop of pure peppermint essential oil onto the tongue. Now, I'm just going to warn you, peppermint, if it's pure, if it's premium, you are going to have like this moment where you think that you're a fire-breathing dragon if you put a drop of peppermint essential oil on your tongue, okay? So they did that, and they used using a sampler and a control group that received mineral water onto the tongue. Before and after administration of the peppermint oil or the mineral water, they had tested the maximum isometric grip force. So you see those little machines that like test your grip, you know, or strengthen your grip force, standing vertical jump, standing long jump, forced spirometry. I'm sure that I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's a common office test that's used to quickly assess how well your lungs work by measuring how much air you inhale or how much you exhale and how quickly you exhale. So basically VO2 max, if you're familiar with that. Reaction time, they've measured reaction time. They measured blood pressure, heart rate, and breath rate, okay? After 1 hour of these people having a drop of peppermint oil, the experimental group had a significant increase, 27.1% greater in maximum isometric grip force compared to the pre-treatment, whereas the control group actually had a decline, 9% reduced. So no matter what, obviously this is just one. I'm going to get to the other ones, okay? This is just one. My husband, when he heard that, think about doing in CrossFit, toes to bar, you have to hold on to the bar, and half the struggle is holding onto the bar while you do your kips, you know, to the bar, holding onto the bar. If your grip strength is 27.1% greater than it was, that's insane. Yeah, so incredible. Isometric grip after 5 minutes. The control group had no significant changes. In fact, they declined. And they also had the group supplemented with peppermint essential oil also had a significant increase in the standing vertical jump distance at both 5 minutes and 1 hour, as well as a significant increase in standing long jump distance at 1 hour post-treatment. The percent increase at 1 hour post-treatment was also considerably greater than the control group. So the standing vertical jump, 11.4% greater versus 1.5% greater. And then the standing long jump was 6.4% greater versus negative 0.6% greater. So in terms of the VO2 max, which is the peak it's the flow at which your breath is coming in and out, right? I'm no scientist, so me reading these studies takes a lot of work. So the PIF values remain significant at 1 hour post-treatment. Peppermint administration significantly decreased visual reaction time after 5 minutes and 1 hour compared to pre-treatment. The experimental group had significantly shorter audio reaction time at 5 minutes and 1 hour post-treatment. 5 minutes after peppermint supplementation, significant increases in systolic blood pressure and heart rate were recorded, as well as significant decrease in breath rate. The experimental group showed a significant decrease in systolic and diastolic blood pressure after 1 hour. There were no significant changes found in the control group for any of the parameters evaluated or at any time post-treatment. So in this study, to summarize, peppermint improved muscular strength, spirometry parameters, and reaction time, as well as altered several physiological parameters such as blood pressure, heart rate. Overall, the results are consistent with a previous study by the author, with the exception of the lower breath rate found in his recent study. So just peppermint alone, like we just talked about just peppermint alone, like if that's the one thing you do after this call is you start putting peppermint essential oil, 1 drop, I would say 1 hour pre-performance, you are going to experience a fantastic result. I will tell you that when you're using premium peppermint, like what we have with Young Living, you will experience what feels like, I said, a fire-breathing dragon. It's very intense. I would recommend starting with 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, 1 drop of peppermint vitality essential oil in a glass cup of water, and don't try to do a shot like one, because as you're getting used to pouring essential oils, you will want to learn how to pour just 1 drop, and you don't want to be testing that with peppermint in your mouth. That's just my opinion. It cannot hurt you. It will not hurt you. It will just be very intense. All right. So that is a really cool study. Next, for essential oils, and don't worry, I'm going to give all of this to you in a screenshot that you can just screenshot real easy and have as a reference guide. It's really important to get good sleep as an athlete. You know that. So the University of Miami researchers found that inhalation of lavender oil increased beta waves of the brain, suggesting heightened relaxation. So you're going to want to use lavender in your diffuser. And if you have any anxiety pre-performance, lavender and stress away are 2 oils that I highly recommend having on hand. All of these oils are going to come in one easy starter bundle, so you don't have to write them all down. I'm making it really easy and hopefully very straightforward for you. If you experience nerves and you experience indigestion or stomach issues related to those nerves, maybe you could experience bloating, maybe you could experience cramping or diarrhea. It's just kind of an unfortunate thing that we don't talk about, but athletes deal with this all the time. So you're going to want to do an oil. It's called Digest. It's a blend specifically formulated for athletes. In a counterclockwise motion, if you need to encourage calming of the gastrointestines, and if you want to encourage movement, like going, you're going to do Digest in a clockwise motion. You'll just do 1 or 2 drops in the palm of your hand with a little bit of coconut oil and rub it clockwise if you want to encourage going, counterclockwise if you want to encourage stopping, okay? Lung recovery. Lung recovery is huge if you're doing anything cardiovascular. So to increase VO2 max, we already talked about having peppermint essential oil. There's actually a blend of essential oils that has peppermint essential oil in it, and it's called Raven, and it comes in the starter bundle as well. And I want to make sure you know to use this pre and post workout for lung recovery and preparation. I know athletes personally who use Raven instead of a pre-workout. And so you can do that if you want, but 2 drops in the palm of your hand, a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of olive oil. What I do is just have a roller pre-made up like this. It's a roller top on it. So it's got fractionated coconut oil in it, which just means it's liquid. And then a little bit of Raven. This isn't Raven, but we can pretend it is. And then you would roll it directly on your chest, on your lungs. Easy as pumpkin pie, effective as anything. All right, let's talk about recovery. Recovery is huge. And you all know this, so I don't even need to go into it, but Epsom salt baths to reduce inflammation. A way that you can take that up a notch is to include essential oils that have naturally occurring methyl salicylate. If you're not familiar with what methyl salicylate is, like I wasn't before I started using essential oils, basically methyl salicylate is a compound that's naturally found in wintergreen, naturally found in a lot of different plant materials. And the way that we found it actually was, from what I remember, there were bears that were going to trees and scraping off the resin of trees and taking it. And researchers looked at that and thought, wonder why they're doing that. When they found out that it had methyl salicylate in there, they decided, oh, we can't patent that tree because trees can't be patented. Plant matter can't be patented. So we're going to recreate that methyl salicylate in a lab. And we're going to sell it, and we're going to patent it, and we're going to call it Bayer products or Advil or whatever. And that is where our like over-the-counter methyl salicylate comes from. You'll see it in BioFreeze. You'll see it in like a lot of different over-the-counter products. So if you'd rather go a natural route, more natural route, what you can do is use that Epsom salt as kind of a binding material. So you're going to put that Epsom salt, maybe a cup of Epsom salt on the side of your hot bath. You'll drop a drop of the blend called Panaway. It has wintergreen, peppermint, helichrysum. It has a lot of amazing regenerative oils in it. So you'll put those essential oils into the Epsom salt, get your bath going, piping hot, as hot as you can handle. Swipe those Epsom salts into the bath. Trust me when I say that your body will thank you. Like everything about that, you will leave that bath feeling amazing. Even if you're not an athlete and you're watching this class just to hang out or like learn more, try it. Next time you're on your feet all day long and your feet are hurting or you've got something going on, try that little trick. It is amazing. So I like to add Panaway, 5 drops of Panaway to that. I like to add 5 drops of lavender, and it does magical things. All right, 3 more oils that we're going to talk about. Excuse me. Thieves for immune system. When you're at a gym or you're at a place with shared equipment, there is detoxing that's happening all around you. Whatever is in the bloodstream and in the lymph nodes of whatever people you're working out around is going to be coming out through their sweat onto shared equipment. It is more important than ever now to be using immune system supports. And one of my favorite things to do for immune system support is this little trick called Thieves. It's a little bottle that is an essential oil blend that was literally formulated for the immune system. I know people who will not go winters. I mean, I'm one of these people, will not go winters without Thieves, will not go to take their children to gymnastics without their children having Thieves on their feet. So I like to use Thieves on the bottom of my feet, 2 drops, again with coconut oil, 2 drops on the back of my neck, on my spine, in my diffuser. Thieves, no winters without Thieves. Hashtag team no winters without Thieves. And I use Thieves all around me all the time for that reason. So that's how you'll want to be doing it. You'll want to be using Thieves when you are performing with other people, being around other people in shared space, anything like that. Lymph node movement. Lymph cleansing is really important. It's great for circulation. Or what we're going to talk about is lemon and citrus fresh. These are 2 oils. Lemon is a single oil with just lemon oil in it. You might be asking yourself, hey, what's the difference between lemon oil and lemon juice? Why wouldn't I just drink lemon juice? Well, I think there are great benefits to drinking lemon juice, but here's the difference. Lemon juice is coming from the pulp inside the rind of the lemon plant, right? You squeeze out that lemon juice. Lemon essential oil is actually cold pressed from the rind of the plant. So to get one little bottle of lemon oil takes about 75 lemons to make. Okay. So when you're like $10 for a little bottle of lemon oil, you might, I don't know how you feel about that, but personally, I thought, is that just lemon juice? Because I can get like a big bottle of lemon juice for like $2 at the store. Actually, it's very different. It's very different. This is the essential oil of the plant and not the juice of the plant. Both have great properties. They're just very different. So lemon and citrus fresh. Citrus fresh is a blend of a lot of different citruses, both amazing for lymph system cleansing, great for circulation, great for anxiety around a workout, very awakening. If you are an athlete that does anything with your hands that become calloused, or maybe you're running a lot, feet that become calloused, there is a trick that you can use. And that is you just put lemon oil on your calluses and it will actually like soften them. And then you can just peel them off without ruining the skin underneath. So I know that that's a big deal for a lot of athletes. There's one, I said 3 oils and I actually just totally missed 2 of them. And I don't know why I'm just remembering them. They're not on my notes, but I'll just tell you, if you have anything that needs skin regeneration, lavender and frankincense are going to be your go-to. So what I did when I was capitalizing on the fact that my husband was competing in a CrossFit competition, and I felt like people needed these oils, and I had like a booth at the competition, is I actually took an athlete that I saw rip their hand really significantly on the first workout. And I said, hey, would you let me put some essential oils on him? Put a drop of frankincense right on there and a drop of lavender right on there. I took a 24-hour before and after, and it had the entire gym amazed. I had people coming up to me, hundreds of athletes, you guys, hundreds coming up to me saying, hey, I hear you have something for my hands. And I would just drop essential oils and they got to experience that right there. So Amanda just chimed in the comments and I just have to share. It says, along the same lines, Clariderm helped repair my hands when I completely messed them up from too much dry, chalky hands. So Clariderm is a spray. I'm tempted to grab it, but I'm not going to. It's a spray with frankincense, lavender, helichrysum in it. And I most recently have used Clariderm in the birth setting. And I told a friend who's about to give birth, I said, hey, send me your address. I got to send you some Clariderm because whatever happens in your birth, you want Clariderm. Same thing with athletes, okay? If you have any sort of skin repair issues that you need help with quickly, Clariderm is the best thing. It has frankincense and lavender in it. So if you have frankincense and lavender, you can use that and it's going to be amazing and it's going to work. All right. Last oils, Valor, and Valor's for confidence does what it says. And you just want to be using that when you're experiencing any emotions related. So let me share quickly my screen and you can see what essential oils. I'm just going to have you screenshot this real quick so you can screenshot it. I will also share it if you're in the group called OQ. I'll be sharing this as well. So go ahead and screenshot this. It's just a little breakdown of everything we just covered. Peppermint, lavender, stress away, peace and calming, digest, raven, lavender. Lavender shows up a lot. Frankincense, pan away, thieves, lemon, citrus, fresh, valor. All of these are coming in your starter bundle. So you'll have all of those together. There you go. All right. Now we're going to hop on over to talk about few supplements. And that's another question. I know athletes pretty much, you know, anything that you're going to have, anything that you're going to be taking is going to be available with Young Living. They have a lot of supplements. There are studies that show the absorption rate being upwards of 64% higher when essential oils are included in the supplements. And so I want to encourage you to check out the essential oils infused supplements that Young Living has, whatever supplements you are on. I'm going to go through a few of my favorites here. And, oh, I just got this question. What about oils for bruising? Absolutely. Lavender, frankincense. Yes, lavender and frankincense. Anything skin, think lavender and frankincense. You're going to love the results you have with this. All right, quickly. Oh, did I share the wrong? No, I shared the right one. All right, so supplements, Ningxia Red. It is no shocking news to any of you that the toxins slow the body's rate of recovery. So Ningxia Red is the highest. It's made of a puree of the Ningxia wolfberry, which is the highest antioxidant food in the entire world. It's insane. There's so much studies on it that I wish I could go into right now, but we simply don't have time. So I'm just going to say, go watch my video on YouTube on Ningxia Red if you're interested, if I can do a little self-promotion there. No, but I really think it'll be helpful for you to learn about it. And so you'll want to be drinking that. Ningxia Red, again, is made up of a wolfberry puree. There's another supplement I'm going to show you right here. Just go ahead and screenshot this supplements list if you want it. And I'm gonna stop sharing because I have a few things I want to show you on my screen, which will make my screen bigger. So this right here is called Amino Wise, and it is a branched chain amino acid supplement, and it is made of the Ningxia wolfberry fruit powder, lime fruit powder, and then the zinc, lemon peel oil, and lime rind oil. Those are the essential oils. Some people love the taste of this and some people hate the taste of it. And it also has like a magnesium citrate and it's workout with no synthetic sugars. It has no like caffeine. It's nothing crappy like that would make you like crazy. It is amazing. I really highly recommend having this, and I just really love it. I take it all the time, even when I'm not working out. Sulfur Zyme. Sulfur Zyme is MSM product. Mineral essence for mineral depletion. Mineral essence tastes disgusting, so just be aware, but it's amazing. For strength building, this is called Powergize, and it is a supplement, fully all natural, amazing. You can go read the ingredients online or whatever, but it's amazing for strength building. Complementary products, Cool Azul Pain Relief Cream. This stuff is awesome. This is your replacement for BioFreeze with all natural ingredients, and I just also really great for arthritis, by the way. Thieves chest rub. It's in the other room. I didn't grab it, but it's a little chest rub, quick application, ready to go. And then Thieves cough drops. Last but not least, that I did not put on this list, but I would love to share with you is Ortho Ease. And this is a massage oil that is designed for athletes. So Ortho Ease massage oil. I love this stuff. Comes with a pump top, but I leave it off because I have children and they would just pump it out. So I also, when I'm in a hurry, will use this instead of Panaway in the Epsom salt by the bath. So absolutely great for after walking. With that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to stop the live stream on Facebook, and I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to answer one of the questions in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a wonderful evening, and we're going to go ahead and stop recording.